there's something about rural life that just makes me long for the land.
Yeah, there's something pretty attractive about the peace and quiet. Not that I get much of it with Darcy around.
No, but there's plenty of animals that are pretty chilled, and a horse is one of them. But unless you've got a huge backyard, you can't have one in the suburbs.
Definitely not, but if you've got plenty of space at home, we've got a great segment on horse ownership in today's show.
And if you love the land but are still stuck in the big smoke like me, there's plenty of tips on how to take care of your pooch.
So enjoy the show, and don't forget afterwards, go to our Facebook page or to our website to say hi, and also for plenty more great content. Our pets provide us with comfort, security and friendship. In return, we want to care for them as best we can. So how would you feel if you and your pet were facing or experiencing homelessness? It's a scary thought, isn't it? Fortunately, Pets of the Homeless are helping people in need, so we're going to find out a little bit about their work. Yvonne, why did you start Pets of the Homeless?
I noticed there was a gap in the homelessness sector that no one was really addressing. While we're so focused on helping the people, we often forget about the pets who are so important for someone's health and mental well-being. A lot of the people that we've helped in the past have told us how hard it is to get into safe housing with their pets, and they would rather sleep on the streets than having to give their pet up. For example, you and I, we have family and friends to be with us during times of hardship, whereas for people who are socially isolated, their pets are the only source of love, comfort and companionship for them. So to ask them to be separated from their pet is like asking them to give up their family and friends.
Yeah, and who do you help with the service?
We started off by helping rough sleepers on the streets of Melbourne. From there, the word grew about what we do, and now we receive a lot of referrals through social workers, and we assist all vulnerable pet owners from pensioners to victims of domestic and family violence as well.
And then what are some of the services that people can use through Pets of Homeless?
First thing we do is we provide pet food, assistance with pet food. We also provide assistance with veterinary care and emergency boarding. As you can see here today, we're actually packing big bags of pet food into smaller, more manageable sizes for us to distribute to places like soup kitchens, food pantries and homelessness support services.
And what are some of the key outcomes that you see by doing this?
By helping keep people and their pets together, we're actually reducing the number of healthy animals that are being surrendered to the shelter and having to be euthanized due to financial hardships. What we see is also pets will inspire conversation and help the broader community understand that people who are homeless are not less deserving of love and companionship just like the rest of us.
How can you do with some help from the people watching this to help do more?
We need a lot more volunteers. We need definitely funding to be able to continue the work that we do. We do spend a lot of money on paying for emergency boardings in catteries and kennel.
Of course.
Pets of the Homeless come into my life when I was in a really, really difficult spot. I was in the city and someone who had used Pets of the Homeless before told me to contact them and that they'd be able to help. And so me and Onyx went to one of their clinics. They checked her over, gave her food, a new bed, some toys, a month's supply of food. They gave her so many toys she didn't know which one to play with first, and she was jumping from toy to toy.
How has being able to stay together with Onyx helped you and her, I guess?
It's helped my mental health, my physical health. I'm able to do a lot more now than when I first lost my hand, and I don't think that's ability. I think that's more mental and what I believe I can do. Onyx has got me off antidepressants. She's completely changed my life for the better.
As you can see, Pets of the Homeless are doing some great work, so if you'd like to find out how you can support them, visit their website.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm training Darcy to use the pea tree here using mimicry.
Mimicry, okay, but I thought he was already toilet trained and knew how to go outside.
He is, but we're going to stay in an apartment for a couple of weeks that hasn't got a doggy door, so I thought I'd take along the pea tree so that if he gets stuck inside at night time, he can do it here instead of around the home.
Okay, how does it work?
Well, being a boy dog, he likes to cock his legs, so it's designed for small to medium-sized dogs to do it on here instead of around the home.
What's the plant do?
Well, this is to entice them to do it here because they like to pee on plants and trees. And then you've got the splashback, so that helps keep it contained if it's leaning against a wall or some furniture. Or you You can take it off and they've got a full 360 access.
You can pee free, Darcy. Where's the pee go?
This is the great part. It goes in here. You've got the tray and you just put these pee-sorb crystals in there. 2 tablespoons will soak up about 2 cups of pee, turns into a liquid gel, and then you just scoop it up and put it in the bin.
Does it smell?
No, because it's non-porous, it doesn't. So that's the great thing. You can just simply wash it at the end of the day with some soap and water when you clear out the crystals, or you can use the pea clean and that does the same thing.
All right, Darcy, where do we get these wonderful pea trees?
Well, it's available on the Pea Tree website. All you have to do is buy your own pot plant.
You know what? I've got a couple of friends who'd love to use this after a few drinks.
No, Gyton.
It doesn't just have to be for dogs.
Yeah, it does.
Pea tree, eh? Rabbits are becoming quite a popular choice as a family pet. But what a lot of people don't realise is they can live up to 10 years. So, like puppies, they need a lot of care and consideration. Hi, Tisha.
Hi.
So we've got some bunnies here. What are their names?
Yeah, this one's Xena and this is Popcorn,
Hello,
both little
Popcorn.
girls.
Oh, beautiful girls. What do you love so much about having rabbits?
I've had rabbits my whole life. I got my first rabbit when I was 3 years old. They're very social animals. They love to be around you. They love to be part of the family. They eat a variety of things. The most important part of their diet is hay. Hay is good for their intestinal gut health, but it also wears down their teeth. Rabbits' teeth can grow up to 3 centimetres every year. They continually grow.
3 centimetres?
Yeah. So if they don't chew on the hay, the teeth can grow either into their gums or come out the front of their mouth and cause a lot of problems.
What about carrots? Every rabbit likes a carrot.
They do like carrots, but they're actually quite high in sugar. It's not good to give them carrots very often. Carrots are more of a treat. You're good to stick to your leafy green vegetables for every day, and then a little bit of a good quality pellet.
What about exercise? What kind of workout do these guys need?
Yeah, exercise is very important. The worst thing is a sad bunny that's locked in a hutch in the back of the yard. They need to be able to stretch their legs and jump and run. When a rabbit's truly happy, it does a thing where it jumps in the air and spins on its back. It's called a binky.
A binky?
Yeah, so if you see your bunny kind of looking like it's having a fit bouncing around, it's actually probably really happy. It's jumping and running.
Now, Popcorn here, poor little thing, is missing an ear.
She is.
What happened to Popcorn?
Last year, I came out one morning, she'd been in her pen overnight, which is enclosed. Something must have reached through the bars of the pen and taken her ear. So very surprising that she's alive and she's happy. She's doing fine with the one ear, but predators are
Yeah, so just like chickens, they are a tasty meal. Well, thanks, Tisha. That's some fantastic information
all right.
about bunnies as pets. If you'd like to learn more, head to the Pooches at Play website. Ah, no wonder Darcy's looking so happy. It's dinner time.
Yes, it is.
What's this you're sprinkling on it?
Oh, this is inside out. He's been a bit stinky on the back end, if you know what I mean. And his breath's been a bit pongy, even though he's had dental work done. So this is meant to help with his digestive system.
Right, Inside Out, a holistic pet supplement designed to optimise intestinal health and support a balanced immune system.
Yes, well, basically it's full of pre and probiotics, and every scoop has billions of live bacteria and yeast. So it's all about promoting good gut health.
Right, so just like a probiotic supplement that I have every day.
Yeah, but not only is it going to help with his, you know what, and his breath, it's also going to help keep those brown marks off the lawn from his urine. Also helps with his skin and coat.
Well, we have to admit Darcy does need some help with his coat.
Yeah, I'm not sure it performs miracles though.
So is it just for dogs or?
No, this one's for cats as well and small animals. They even do one for horses.
Horses? Gosh, I can't imagine what a horse's bad belly would smell like.
Yeah, I guess when you put it that way, Darcy's issues really aren't quite so offensive, are they? But hey, if it makes his tummy feel better.
Yeah, if it makes him happy, where do I get it from?
Well, it's an Australian family business, so I buy it online. It's $44 for this jar and serves about, depending on the size of your dog, 50 to 100 serves. So Darcy's around about 100.
Worth every cent. He is the star of the show.
He is, absolutely. So if you'd like to find out how Inside Out can help your pet, visit the website aecare.com.au. Come on, Darcy, let's get this into him.
I was having a barbecue last night outside and the neighbour's dog was going crazy. I don't know why. Like, why do dogs bark so much?
Well, Well, you know, there's a number of reasons why dogs bark. It's perfectly natural and that's what they're meant to do.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's great when they warn us that an intruder's coming, or they might be barking from excitement when they see you or see each other. But when it becomes a problem, there could be a number of reasons that you really need to investigate why.
So there's different types of reasons.
Oh,
why.
Absolutely. So there's things like anxiety and boredom is a big one. So you might know if the dog is barking later in the day, for example, if an owner's out at work all day and the dog starts barking in the afternoon, generally that's a sign that it's boredom because they've been left alone, they haven't had enough mental and physical stimulation that they need, so hence they start doing some destructive behaviour, barking, digging, all that kind of stuff. Anxiety tends to happen a little earlier in the day, so often when the owner has just left. So if you're not sure, you do think that your dog is barking or suffers from either of those, you can actually check with your neighbours and see what's going on, and then that can help address some of those. They're tough to address, particularly the anxiety one, so I would suggest people go to our website if you want to find out more about that. But boredom is things like interactive toys.
Okay.
Give them a bone to chew, making sure they've got plenty of exercise before you go to work, and just keeping them stimulated throughout the day. Even a doggy walker coming in halfway through the day is a good idea there.
Yeah, right. What about some of the other ones?
Well, there's some obvious ones, like people that have their dog at the front gate, but there's also attention seeking is a big one. So when you've got them out in the backyard and they're barking to be let in, or they're even barking at you, which he can do a little bit as well, or give you a bit of a nudge to try and get you to do what they want you to do, whether it be play ball or just, you know, get your attention. They're all different reasons, and some of the common ones where it can be a bit of a problem.
So I've had a dog barking at my back door, you know, just wanting to get let in. But I know that if I go and yell at it or let it in, both of those things are the wrong thing to do, aren't they?
They are, and look, that is probably one of the ways that we really reinforce barking in our dogs and really help set up some bad behaviour, because what we're doing is we're giving the dog what it wants at that time, so we're rewarding it for the barking.
Yeah, such a tough one. But what if they don't stop barking?
Well, yeah, that could be tough too. So there's a couple of ways of dealing with this. So if your dog is out there barking to be let in, at some point generally, dogs do stop. You know, even if it's just for a couple of seconds. So what I tend to do is I'm waiting at the back door. And that moment that they're quiet, that's when I'll open it. So they've actually been rewarded for stopping barking.
So rewarding them for being quiet.
Exactly, and that's where we always go wrong with most behaviour problems. we reinforce the bad behaviour without knowing it. Some other simple tips on the territorial stuff, obviously, if you keep them in the front yard, put them in the backyard. Sometimes if they're in a house and they're watching the cars and people go by, put the blind down, maybe leave the radio or television on as well, about masking the noise as well. Yeah, so they're really some of the little tips.
Okay, well, I'll probably suggest it to my neighbour.
Yeah, I think so. Find out why. And a good thing is again, they can check out the website to find out some tips around that, or if they do need some help, a trainer. So I would recommend going to the NDTF website to get some help.
Well, thanks for the tips.
Yes, no worries. Or perhaps I can go around and see them.
Yeah, maybe we'll have a talk to these guys.
I think we might.
Owning a horse is not something many of us get to do, but I'll find any excuse to get up and close with these magnificent animals. G'day, Paul.
Hey.
I hear you're the man to see about a horse.
For sure.
What's this fella's name?
This is Versace.
Hello, Versace. How are you, mate? Is it just like owning a dog or any other household pet?
Yeah, absolutely. Although while it might seem they're pretty self-sufficient, give them plenty of grass and water, protection from the weather, it's still important we provide them with extra nutrition, keep them well groomed, and make sure we're looking after them in the warmer months.
So what are some of the key things we need to think about when looking after a horse coming into the warmer months?
Well, look, as the pasture dries off, it's really important that we keep a focus on premium nutrition. Extra hay, extra roughage to keep them with a balanced diet.
Bit like me with chia seeds and psyllium husk in my morning smoothie.
Yeah, kind of. Like us, it's important they have a balanced diet. As their carers, it's important we're making sure they get the right amount of vitamins and minerals, like electrolytes in summer for sweat loss when they're being worked. It's important that we keep them in prime health.
What about their food?
Yeah, look, this Mitovite Economix is a pellet, steam extruded to optimise nutrition and cost effective for all types of horses. The pleasure horse you'd go trail riding on the weekends, the pony club mount, the competition horse. Full of omega-3 and 9 oils, great for coat condition and hoof care.
And what about some of the things we do for our dogs and cats we wouldn't think's necessary for a horse?
Parasite control, worming. Whilst this is an all year round task, in the warmth and the humidity of summer, we're finding the eggs are hatching into worms in the paddocks. Important we keep that up.
Sure. And I imagine like dogs and cats, they just need plenty of shade and water.
Shade, water, protection from insects, so a fly spray or repellent's really important. Also hoof grease. The hooves can get dry and crack, so it's important to keep them well oiled.
And how about these rugs? Are they necessary in the warmer months?
Yeah, look, there's a misconception that horses don't need to be rugged in summer, but this caribou cotton summer rug, for example, reflects the heat. It's lightweight, so it catches any breeze and has like a fanning effect, and also it's important to keep away the flies and insects.
All right, Paul, I don't want a horse around. Where can I go to get this stuff?
So we have the equine range in about 40 of our pet stock stores, located in areas where there's a high horse ownership population, but you can also get most of the products online at petstock.com.au.
Well, that's been really helpful. Versace and I are going to have a chat about all things fashion. Maybe you can give me some tips on this year's spring racing carnival, mate, hey? Do you like travelling with pets and think you have a great idea to help create the best pet-friendly caravan ever? If so, then get your entry in for the chance to win a $250 Pet Stock gift voucher and $250 worth of Family Parks vouchers, so you and your pet can take a well-deserved break. All you need to do is come up with a awesome design idea that will help keep you and your furry friend extra comfortable and safe whilst on a caravanning holiday. To submit your idea, go to newagecaravans.com.au.
I've travelled all the way to the Huon Aquaculture farm here on Tassie's southeast coast to find out where the salmon comes from that goes into the big dog pet foods. Hi Frances, thanks for having us here today. Can you tell me what is going on out there?
Well, this is actually where we hold our salmon before they're harvested. It's nice and calm here, so we bring them back on our wellboat. A live fish, 5 or 6 kilos, and we hold them here for a couple of days to make sure they're nice and calm before we harvest them.
Okay, so where do they actually get grown?
They get grown out where it's really rough, offshore, out in the wilds of the water around the corner there.
Okay, that sounds really cold. We're heading out there a bit later, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Now, ethical farming is at the heart of what you do. How does that all work?
To us, it means we've sort of coined the phrase the Huon method, and the Huon method has now actually been assessed by RSPCA Australia. And recently, we've just been, only in the last short period of time, we've actually achieved the very first certification for Atlantic salmon in Australia.
Okay.
So ethical farming means that the fish have lots of room to swim, and they're fed well, they're kept under very stress-free environment, and whenever we treat them for anything, or whether we touch them, we actually treat them with a level of respect, because we're farmers and we're responsible for that stock from the moment of egg all the way through to harvest.
Yes. Oh, that's good to hear. And where does the salmon that's grown here end up?
It ends up all over Australia and also all over Asia, actually. So every day, 5 or 6 days a week, depending on the time of the year, we're harvesting here at night, and the fish are harvested here, trucked to our factory in the north of the state, further processed there, and then sent on the Spirit of Tasmania to mainland Australia, to Melbourne. And from Melbourne, it then goes all over the country into fish shops, retail shops, wholesalers, food service, and then also if it's going to Asia, it's consolidated in Melbourne and flown all over Asia.
Right, and then it also goes to Big Dog as well for their pet food.
It does. It's really important for us in our sustainability story that we actually use the whole fish. So we use the fish from nose to tail.
And what makes salmon so good for us?
Salmon's a superfood. So salmon is a protein that's very high in good fats. So people talk about fats, but this salmon has the good fats, and it has the good oils. It has marine omega-3s and the highest levels of marine omega-3s. So being able to eat salmon a couple of times a week is really good for babies, young people, all the way through to the elderly. It's really good for brain development. It's good for young children and for old people. It's great for heart health, arthritis. And it's just now becoming a protein choice for the weekly shopping basket in Australia, which is great. And I think that it's really easy to prepare as well. That's the other great thing about salmon. It works well with a whole range of flavour variants. So, and it's one of those fish that's very hard to not cook well.
Better make note of that. And it's also really good for our dogs. So
it's great for our dogs.
Yeah, good.
My dogs love salmon. They have an endless.
Well, thank you for having us out here. It's a beautiful part of the world. And if you'd like to find out more about the Big Dog Pet Foods range, visit their website. Thanks again.
Thank you.
For discerning pet owners, It has become increasingly difficult to know what establishments openly welcome our furry companions. If you're planning a holiday and want to take your pet along for the ride, then head to takeyourpet.com.au. Take Your Pet provides animal owners with a simple, easy-to-navigate solution to searching, finding and choosing the next adventure with their four-legged friends. With over 12,000 pet-friendly businesses on their database, you're spoiled for choice and will easily be able to find the best pet-friendly establishments for your needs. From accommodation listings and restaurants to things to do and see, Take Your Pet is a leading online destination for all things pet-friendly travel in Australia. Situated on the north coast of New South Wales, Byron Holiday Park is family-owned and provides a pet-friendly holiday experience for couples, families or groups of friends looking for adventure. Byron Holiday Park is a tranquil haven, only 5 minutes drive to the vibrant and unique town centre. So when you're not down at the beach or relaxing at camp with your pooch, you can head into town and see the sights. For more pet-friendly accommodation ideas, visit the Take Your Pet website. This week's Smart Pet is Sir Basil the Pug. His nose might not be big, but when it comes to sniffing out food, he never misses a treat. No matter how hard you try, this cute little guy has nasal superpowers that snort out the goods every time. But Basil is no one-trick pooch. This Smart Pet has plenty of moves hidden beneath his cape. That said, being a pug, his favourite game to play is Find the Treat. Think your pet has the smarts to win our Smart Pets competition? Then make sure you get your entry in. One lucky viewer will receive a Pawsome prize pack valued at over $2.5 grand, including a $500 pet stock gift voucher, a year's supply of pet food, a $500 HIF wellbeing and massage voucher for you, and $500 worth of family parks gift vouchers. There's also 3 $100 pet stock vouchers for runner-ups. To enter, just send us a video of your pet doing their amazing trick. The more unique and talented, the better. So be as smart as your pet and enter to win. Visit poochesatplay.com for more details.
Well, thanks for joining us. Really hope you enjoyed the show and learnt a thing or two along the way. I know I did.
We've had enough fun horsing around. Now it's time for us to trot off.
Oh, gosh, and you know, I really think it's time to put you out to pasture.
Oh, yes, Lara. That's some of your best work yet. That was almost funny.
Oh, really? I thought you'd think it was a bit lame and tell me to rein it in.
Oh, no. I think I've created a monster.